remember that of all the ironies about Diana, perhaps the greatest was this. A girl given the name of the ancient goddess of hunting was, in the end, the most hunted person of the modern age.
Alright, hello everyone, this is Colson Santos, and we are going to look in today at the 25th anniversary of Princess Diana's death, and just about 25, not quite, but probably more so around 20 reasons why I think she was murdered. So if y'all want to go subscribe, hit that button, like the video as well, and let's get into it. So the first reason, well known, the driver, Henri Paul, was drunk. He was under the influence of alcohol as well as antidepressants when he was driving. Moving on to the second reason, Dodi Fayed, the boyfriend at the time, who actually died before Diana in the same car crash, his dad, Mohammed Al-Fayed, who was a very rich man, I think it was oil companies that he got successful by, claimed in the press that the crash was not an accident. Over the next few years, he said a bunch of conspiracy theories. The royal family were really agitated that Diana was dating and possibly marrying and possibly impregnated with a man of color, and they did not like that, especially that he was Muslim.
Tragedy. Who would want them dead? And why would anyone want to kill them, Dodi and Diana?
Because they still don't accept that Dodi, my son, an Egyptian, a Muslim, can be the stepfather of the future king, right?
Among them that Diana was pregnant, as well as that they were about to announce their engagement. And, well, I don't think that would have been a good thing for the whole royal family. Thirdly, Operation Paget. A bunch of people, including the royal family, got investigated in Operation Paget. And of course, they denied the accusations that were involved in her killing. But just the fact alone that they had to interview them and that they were suspicious is quite a tell, in my opinion. In 2003, Diana's butler, Paul Perot, published a note that Diana had written around like a month or like a year before the crash, actually. And it basically said that she was paranoid and that she was trying to live her best life, but that she was thinking that Etz is planning to kill me in a car accident, and we all figured that Etz is Prince Charles. And another reason, 2006, there were more than 14 CCTV cameras, which was, I guess, the cameras leading up to what happened, or in like the tunnel of where the car crashed, and they were all out. None recorded the collision, which is very unusual. 14 different cameras, none of them recorded it whatsoever. I find that rather interesting. So another reason is that Henri Paul and a bunch of other people possibly could have been working for the MI6 and conspired with them to try and cause the crash. Another reason, Diana was more popular than all of the royal family, probably combined, to be honest. She was the most famous person in the world for at least 10 of the 15 years she was in the public, and the royal family didn't like that. Prince Charles loved attention, Queen Elizabeth loved attention, Prince Philip loved attention, all of them did. And especially since she wasn't a member of like the original royal family, she just married into it, she wasn't born into it, people couldn't stand, especially them. People loved her, but they could not stand that she was way more popular than she was. I've read into this before. There's not too many articles on it, but there was a rumor possibly that Diana was about to expose the whole entire royal family for sex trafficking, which would have been a very big deal. It was right after she had originally divorced Prince Charles, so she wasn't really linked to them anymore. It was like basically a win-win for her. And they possibly could have found out about it. I think there's a tape of her saying that somewhere on the internet. But I did read an article about it as well. And that could have been huge. You know, sex trafficking. Who knows what would have happened to them if that had gotten out. No one has thought about that since then. Another rumor, possibly, that could have happened is that Henri Paul, the drunk driver, could have just been a decoy. Theorists believe that, that he was just framed by. Another one is that Diana was in an ambulance and they literally passed a hospital on the way to the hospital they were going to. And I believe it also took them close to an hour to get to the hospital. You would think for the Princess of Wales, Her Royal Highness, it shouldn't take them 40 minutes to reach a hospital to try and get her help. Explain that. I don't get it whatsoever. Another conspiracy theory. Again, these aren't too crazy. If you look into it, I've been looking into it for a minute now. I wanted to make this video on her 25th anniversary date. These aren't really too crazy, and a lot of them add up to actually what happened, so I would not be surprised if she actually was murdered. Rumors that photographers were in on a morbid scheme, hoping the chase would end in a crash. Another thing that is very telling, 38% of the people in the UK still think Diana's death was not an accident. Which shows you that her people, the whole country's people, almost half of them think she was murdered. Another one, some conspiracy theories believe that the seatbelts in the fateful car were not working on purpose. We all know that she wasn't fastened to her seatbelt. Her sister has said publicly that Diana always wore seatbelts and that she had no idea why she wasn't wearing one that night.
She was religious in putting on her seatbelt. Why didn't she put it on that night? I'll never know.
And a conspiracy theory that is actually believable because her sister said that is because that the seatbelts just weren't working. I mean, I would believe that if her sister knows that she never, first thing she gets into a car, always puts the seatbelt on. What would make her not put the seatbelt on? I don't get it. Another one, a bunch of bright flashes were going around Diana's car, causing it to possibly crash and get distracted, etc., as it entered the tunnel. And last but not least, as soon, right of a year or so before Diana died, she started becoming somewhat of a political figure. And we all know the royal family doesn't speak on politics. They don't like that whatsoever, even though she wasn't in it. And they wanted no association to her. They couldn't escape from getting press about her every day, knowing about her whatsoever. Advocated for a ban on landmines and a reduction in arms sales, governments, etc. As we all know, Diana was one of the most precious people on planet Earth ever created. She was a great person, someone I wished I had met, or gotten a chance to at least be around, meet her in a crowd or something, because that would have been a cool experience. And a person that cared that much about people that she doesn't even know. She had defied the rules of one of the most prestigious families in the whole entire world, the most prestigious probably, who had all the rules in the book. No one ever broke them. Here she comes along, does whatever the hell she wants, and just goes her own way, and taught her kids to go her own way. I know they said that this is not a murder. They've done so many links to it, but I feel like that's one of the reasons why I did this. 25 years since her death, coming up on the 31st of August, which is when this video will be released. It was a very sad anniversary date. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Subscribe, follow all my social medias. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like as well, and thank you guys.